Yoga is the science of right living and as such is intended to be incorporated in daily life. It works on all aspects to the person, physical, vital, mental, emotional and spiritual. The word yoga means unity or oneness and is derived from the Sanskrit word yuj, which means to join. This unity or joining is described in spiritual terms as the union of the individual consciousness with the universal consciousness. On a more practical level, yoga is a means of balancing and harmonizing the body, mind, and emotions. Yoga aims at bringing the different bodily functions into perfect coordination so that they work for the good of the whole body. Types of yoga. Hatha yoga. Hatha yoga is a branch of yoga that deals with the physical aspect of yoga through poses called asanas. Ha means sun and Ta means moon. Hatha yoga is a yoga of balance through asana. It is possible to balance one's mind and body and make them stronger. Iyengar yoga. Iyengar yoga is a form of Hatha yoga that has an emphasis on detail, precision, and alignment in the performance of posture and breath control. Iyengar yoga is founded by BKS Iyengar. Vinyasa yoga. The Sanskrit translation of vinyasa literally means to place in a certain way or connection. It consists of sequence of poses in a particular order. Common example for Vinyasa yoga is sun salutation, also known as Surya Namaskar. Bikram yoga. Yogiraj Bikram Chaudhary is the founder of the Worldwide Yoga College of India. Bikram yoga is the 26 poses technique of Hatha yoga selected and developed by Bikram Chaudhary. This 26 poses series has profound healing power on your body and mind. Kundalini yoga. Kundalini yoga emphasizes more on the breathing technique called pranayama. Prana means breathe and yama means control. The primary object of Kundalini is to awaken the full potential of human awareness in each individual. That is, recognize our awareness, refine that awareness, and expand that awareness to out unlimited self. Kundalini is an ancient Sanskrit word that literally means coiled snake. In early Eastern religion, long before Buddhism and Hinduism, it was believed that each individual possessed a divine energy at the base of the spine, and this energy was thought to be a sacred energy of creation. Ashtanga Yoga. Sage Patanjali's treatise on Raja Yoga, the Yoga Sutras codified the first definitive, unified and comprehensive system of yoga, often called the Eightfold Path, Ashtanga Yoga. It is comprised of yama, self-resistance, niyama, self-observances, asana, posture, pranayama, breathing technique, pratyahara, disassociation of consciousness from the outside environment, dharana, concentration, dhyana, meditation, and samadhi, identification with pure consciousness. Asana. In the Yoga Sutra of Patanjali, there is a concise definition of Yogasana. Stiram Sukham Asanam, meaning that position which is comfortable and steady. Asanas are practiced to develop the ability to sit comfortably in one position for an extended period of time, an ability necessary for meditation. Tadasana, palm tree pose, is a base pose from which all the other asanas emerge. It is rightly called the mother of all yoga poses. Tadasana. Stand with the feet together or about 10 cm apart and the arms by the side. Raise the arm over the head, interlock the fingers, and turn the palm upward. Fix the eyes at a point on a wall slightly above the level of the head. Inhale and stretch the arms, shoulders and chest upward. Raise the heel coming up onto the toes. Stretch the whole body from top to bottom without losing balance or moving the feet. Hold the breath in the position for a few seconds. Lower the heel while breathing out and bring the hands to the top of the head. Relax your body. Tadasana develops physical and mental balance. It helps to increase height by stretching the muscles and ligaments, enabling growing bones to grow longer. Padahastasana, standing forward bend. Stand on Tadasana with your hands on either sides of the body. Inhale deeply, lift your hand upward. Exhale while bending forward from the hip until the fingers of the palms of the hands touch the floor on either side of the feet. Bring the forehead as close to the knees as is comfortable. Do not strain, keep the knees straight. Inhale while coming up into Tadasana. Contraindication: people with back condition should not bend forward fully. Bend from the hips, keeping the spine straight until the back forms a 90-degree angle with the legs, or bend only as far as is comfortable. Benefits: it invigorates your nervous systems and increases blood supply to your brain. It improves digestion as your abdominal muscles are toned, and it strengthens the wrist joints, relieves the mental and physical tension. Marjari and Bithil Asana, cat and cow stretch pose. Sit in Vajrasana, raise the buttocks and stand on the knees. Lean forward and place the hands flat on the floor, the shoulders with the fingers facing forward. The hands should be in line with the knees. The arms and the thighs should be perpendicular to the floor. The knees may be slightly separated so that they are well aligned under the hips. This is the starting position. Inhale while raising the head and depressing the spine so that the back becomes concave. Expand the abdomen fully and fill the lungs with the maximum amount of air. Hold the breath for 3 seconds. Exhale while lowering the head and stretching the spine upward. At the end of exhalation, contract the abdomen and pull into the buttocks. The head will now be between the arms, facing the thighs. Hold the breath for 3 seconds. Now relax. This is one round. Perform 5 to 10 full rounds for general purpose. Benefits: these asanas improve the flexibility of the neck, shoulder and spine. It gently tones the female reproductive system, giving relief from menstrual cramps. Adho Mukh Svanasana. Adho means forward, Mukh means face, Svanasana means dog. These asanas resemble dog when it bends forward. Adho Mukh Svanasana. Start by coming on your fours with hands, shoulder width apart and knees hip width apart. Simultaneously raise the buttocks and lower the head between the arms so that the back and leg form two sides of a triangle. The legs and arms straighten in the final position and the heels come down towards the floor in the final pose. Bring the head and shoulders towards the knees. Do not strain. Keep breathing normally and return to normal position. Benefits: this pose strengthens the nerves and muscles in the limbs and back. It helps to increase height by stretching muscles and ligament. enabling growing bones to grow longer. Circulation is stimulated, especially in the upper spine between the shoulder blades. Naukasana, boat pose. Lie in the straighting position, keep the eyes open throughout, breathe in deeply, hold the breath and then rise the legs, arms, shoulder, head and trunk off the ground. The shoulders and feet should be no more than 15 cm off the floor. Balance the body on the buttocks and keep the spine straight. Remain in the final position and hold the breath. Count to 5 mentally or for longer if possible. Return to the floor, then breathe out. Be careful not to injure the back of the head while returning to the floor. Relax the whole body. This is one round. You may practice 3 to 5 rounds. Benefits: this asana stimulates the muscular, digestive, circulatory, nervous and hormonal systems, tones all the organs and remove lethargy. It is especially useful for eliminating nervous tension and bringing about deep relaxation. Pavan Muktasana, wind releasing pose. The word Pavan means wind, Mukta means release, and Asana means pose. Remain in the starting position. Bend both knees and bring the thighs to the chest. Interlock the fingers and clasp the hands on the shin bone just below the knees. Inhale deeply. Exhale, raise the head and shoulders and try to place the nose in the space between the two knees. Hold the raised position for a few seconds, counting mentally. Slowly lower the head, shoulders and leg while inhaling. Practice this 3 times. Pavan Muktasana strengthens the lower back muscles and loosens the spinal vertebra. It massages the abdomen and the digestive organs and is therefore very effective in removing wind and constipation. By massaging the pelvic muscles and reproductive organs, it is also useful for impotence, sterility and menstrual problems. Contraindication: not to be performed by persons suffering from high blood pressure or serious back condition such as sciatica or slip disc. Makrasana, crocodile pose. Makra means crocodile, asana means pose. Lie flat on the stomach, raise the hand and shoulders and rest the chin in the palms of the hand with the elbow on the floor. Keep the elbow together for a more pronounced arch to the spine. Separate the elbow slightly to relieve excess pressure on the neck. In Makrasana, the effect is felt at 2 points, the neck and the lower back. If the elbows are too far in front, tension will be felt in the neck. If they are drawn too close to the chest, tension will be felt more in the lower back. Adjust the position of the elbows so that these 2 points are equally balanced. The ideal position is when the whole spine is equally relaxed. Relax the whole body and close the eyes. After some time, again become aware of the body and surroundings and gently and smoothly release the posture. Benefits: this asana is very effective for people suffering from slip disc, sciatica and certain types of lower back pain. They should remain in this asana for extended periods of time as it encourages the vertebral columns to resume its normal shape and releases compressions of the spinal nerves. Asthmatic and people who have any other lungs ailments should practice this simple asana regularly with breath awareness as it allows more air to enter the lungs. Pranayama, Pranayama is generally defined as breath control. The word pranayama is comprised of two roots, prana plus yama. Prana means vital energy or life force. It is the force which exists in all things, whether animate or inanimate. Although closely related to the air we breathe, it is more subtle than air or oxygen. The word yama means control and is used to denote various rules or codes of conduct. However, this is not the word which is joined to prana to form pranayama. The correct word is ayama, which has far more implication. Ayama is defined as extension or expansion. Thus, the word pranayama means extension or expansion of the dimension of prana. The techniques of pranayama provide the method whereby the life force can be activated and regulated in order to go beyond one's normal boundaries or limitations and attain a higher state of vibratory energy and awareness. Sukhasana, easy pose. Sit with the legs straight in front of the body. Bend one leg and place the foot under the opposite thigh. Bend the other leg and place the foot under the opposite thigh. Place the hands on the knees in chin mudra. Keep the head, neck and back upright and straight, but without strain. Close the eyes. Relax the whole body. The arms should be relaxed and not held straight. Benefits: Sukhasana is the easiest and most comfortable of the meditation postures. It can be utilized without ill effect by persons who are unable to sit in the more difficult meditation postures. It facilitates mental and physical balance without causing strain or pain. Padmasana, lotus pose. Sit with the legs straight in front of the body. Slowly and carefully bend one leg and place the foot on top of the opposite thigh. The sole should face upward and the heel should be close to the pubic bone. When these feels comfortable, bend the other leg and place the foot on top of the opposite thigh. Both knees should ideally touch the ground in the final position. Place the hands on the knee in chin mudra. Relax the arms with the elbows slightly bent and check that the shoulders are not raised or hunched. Close the eyes and relax the whole body. Observe the total pressure of the body. Make the necessary adjustment by moving forward or backward until balance and alignment are experienced. Perfect alignment indicates the correct posture of Padmasana. Benefits: Padmasana holds the trunk and head like a pillar with the legs as a firm foundation. As the body is steady, the mind becomes calm. The normally large blood flow to the leg is redirected to the abdominal region. This activity also stimulates the digestive process. Ardha Padmasana, half lotus pose. Sit with the legs straight in front of the body. Bend one leg and place the sole of the foot on the inside of the opposite thigh. Bend the other leg and place the foot on top of the opposite thigh. Without straining, try to place the upper heel as near as possible to the abdomen. Adjust the position so that it is comfortable. Place the hand on the knee in either chin mudra. Keep the back, neck and head upright and straight. Close the eyes and relax the whole body. Benefits: Ardha Padmasana allows the body to be held completely steady for a long period of time. Contraindications: Those who suffer from sciatica or knee problems should not perform this asana. Shitali Pranayama, cooling breathe. Sit in any comfortable meditation posture like Sukhasana, Ardha Padmasana or Padmasana. Close the eyes and relax the whole body. Extend the tongue outside the mouth as far as possible without strain. Roll the sides of the tongue up so that it forms a tube. Practice a long, smooth and controlled inhalation through the rolled tongue. At the end of inhalation, draw the tongue in, close the mouth and exhale through the nose. Practice yogic breathing throughout. The breath should produce a sucking sound. Your feeling of icy coldness will be experienced on the tongue and the roof of the mouth. This is one round. Benefits of Shitali Pranayama. This practice cools the body and affects important brain centers associated with biological drives and temperature regulation. It cools and reduces mental and emotional excitations. It gives control over hunger and thirst and generates a feeling of satisfaction. Nadi Shodhan Pranayama. Alternate nostril breathing. Nadi means energy channel. Shodhan means cleaning. Nadi Shodhan Pranayama helps clear out the blocked energy channel and calm the mind. Nadi Shodhan Pranayama. Sit in Sukhasana and now will be only using right hand to do this pranayama. The fingers that will be actively using are the thumb and ring finger of your right hand, the mudra name Vishnu Mudra. Keep the head and spine upright, relax the whole body and close the eyes. Adopt Vishnu Mudra with the right hand and place the left hand on the knee in Chin Mudra. Close the right nostril with the thumb. Inhale and exhale through the left nostril 5 times. The rate of inhalation and exhalation should be normal. Be aware of each breath. After completing 5 breaths, release the pressure of the thumb on the right nostril and press the left nostril with the ring finger, blocking the flow of air. Inhale and exhale through the right nostril 5 times. Keeping the respiration rate normal. Lower the hand and breathe 5 times through both nostrils together. This is one round. Practice 5 rounds or for 3 to 5 minutes, making sure that there is no sound as the air passes through the nostril. Practice until the state is mastered before commencing the next stage. Contraindication: Nadi Shodhana is not to be practiced while suffering from cold, flu or fever. Benefits of Nadi Shodhana: it increases awareness of and sensitivity to the breath in the nostril. Minor blockages are removed and the flow of breath in both nostrils became more balanced. Breathing through the left nostril tends to activate the right brain hemisphere. Breathing through the left nostril activates the left hemisphere.